Welcome to Yarra Rangers Life TV's midweek wrap for another week. Proudly brought to you by our sponsors for July. Of course, that's Methven, the professionals with offices in Croydon, Lilydale, Mooroolbark and Mount Evelyn. If you're buying, selling or renting, be sure to use a professional. Our good friends up at the Dandenong Hotel. And this month we're giving some love to Silvan Primary School. Discover the difference, Silvan Primary School. On this week's midweek wrap, we find out how the Yarra Rangers Council is saving time, saving money and inconvenience to residents in how they conduct their tree inspections. So we have a chat to their tree management team there. Also, we discover the Yarra Valley Bee Group, which are operating out of ECOS. And speaking of ECOS, up in Westburn, we were there Sunday last, of course, to pop into the final lantern making workshop session that was happening for Warburton's River of Light Festival. We have a chat to Phoebe Lyons about this weekend's exciting River Parade that's coming up on 5 p.m. on Saturday, and Yarra Rangers Live TV will be live there as well. And this week the weather is brought to you by the kids from Olinda Primary School. Plus, of course, some great sports shorts. But now, it's time for the latest news headlines with Loretta deVaus and Jim Brown.
Hello, I'm Loretta deVaus.
I'm Jim Brown.
Welcome to the midweek wrap.
Coming to you this week from the beautiful Killara Estate Winery in Seville.
The Lilydale and Yarra Valley leader reports that Lilydale police are cracking down on repeat unlicensed and unregistered offenders. An unmarked police car with an automatic number plate recognition camera will be out in Lilydale over the next 4 months. The cameras will be in use at random dates and times. According to police, Lilydale has a core of repeat unlicensed and unregistered offenders, and the operation will help improve road safety. In another article about road safety, we discover that Yarra Rangers Highway Patrol will be launching Operation Windu in September. The operation will focus on cyclist and pedestrian safety. Police are encouraging cyclists to wear bright-coloured clothing so they can easily be seen on the roads. Cyclists will face fines of $198 for not wearing a helmet, not using headlights out of daylight hours, or not having a warning device such as a horn or a bell fitted to their bike. You can read the full article on page 5 of this week's Lilydale Leader. This week's Street Watch reports that 2 men have been arrested in Croydon after they allegedly stole a large sum of cash from a van in Chirnside Park. The pair have also been found with other stolen goods and cannabis in their possession. They now face charges of theft from a car, handling stolen goods and cannabis possession. A maintenance train derailed on the Lilydale line last week, causing havoc for commuters during peak hour. The train derailed during planned maintenance works on the line. Replacement buses were organised, with services back to normal by 9:30 a.m. The cause of the derailment is being investigated.
All the Mail newspapers this week include a special supplement with lots of information about gardening at this time of year. The Rangers Trader Mail and the Ferntree Gully Mail share a story about 65-year-old Monbulk man Mike Cohen, who's starting a new journey in his life. He sold his home and next month will fly to Spain to go on the historic El Camino de Santiago pilgrimage. Mike plans to walk 900 kilometres across the Pyrenees from France to Spain with no guides, no accommodation booked, with only a backpack. By doing so, he hopes to raise $100,000 for Nepalese orphans. Some think he's crazy, but Mike's rationale is this. He's had a successful corporate career, has raised 3 kids, and feels it's time for him to give something back, and that's to raise money for an Albury-based charity, Meg's Kids. Mike has set up a blog to keep in touch with the world he's leaving behind during his 2-month odyssey, and the story has the blog details if you want to see what he's up to. Mount Evelyn Mail has a story about helping carers of people who have mental and physical difficulties. Because carers often neglect their own health and well-being, the Yarra Rangers Council has come up with a plan to bring carers together. In what's called the Pathways for Carers program, carers in the Outer East meet at the local community hall and engage in different activities, like discussing the challenges of the upcoming National Disability Insurance Scheme, or walking through the beautiful Mount Evelyn environment. The next walk is on August the 3rd, and if you want to know more, the story has a Facebook page you can follow. The Mountain Views Mail has a reminder that from the 1st of August, new smoking bans for outside public dining will come into force. The bans affect outdoor hotel and footpath dining, food fairs and all community and street festivals. The story tells how the Healesville Hotel will have to rearrange its beer garden. According to the government, which announced the new laws 2 years ago, 13% of Victorians smoke, but more than 73% of the public support the ban. And the Upper Yarra Mail promotes a feature event for next Saturday, the 29th of July, the River of Light Winter Festival in Warburton, and the highlight will be a lantern walk in the early evening. This promises to be a uniquely spectacular event. There was a workshop held recently to make the lanterns, and the Yarra Rangers Life TV has been following this event. There'll be a longer report later in this episode. Sadly, this isn't in the newspapers yet. Warburton will soon have to farewell a valuable member of its community, Peter Kimberley, who died suddenly this week in Dubai while travelling overseas. Many in Warburton will know him as the chairman of Warburton's branch of Bendigo's Community Bank. As such, he's been involved in many community projects in the town. Peter will be sadly missed. I'm Jim Brown.
I'm Loretta deVaus.
Thank you for watching the Midweek Wrap.
And now it's time for
Sports Shorts.
I love that intro. Sports shorts for this week. Eastern Football League. Lilydale and Yarra Valley leaders sports writer Toby Prime reports that in Division 4, Coldstream are out of the top 4, as finals loom. Having been there for almost all of the 2017 season, on a bad trot, losing 3 out of 4 games. Last Saturday, the Cougars were handed an 83-point thumping at the hands of Donvale. Final scores, Donvale Magpies 17-13, 115 to the Coldstream Cougars, 4 goals, 8-32. In AFL Yarra Rangers, the leaders Geordie Cowan reports that Mombolk has hung on to steal a 9-point victory over Warburton Millgrove to keep their finals hopes alive. Shane Williams kicking 4 goals to help the Hawks survive the tough encounter, with the final scores there being Mombolk 16-12, 108 and Warby Millgrove 15-9, 99. Close one there. Well done, Mombolk. For all the latest sports results, grab your copy of the Lilydale and Yarra Valley Leader or check them out online. Of course, that's a Sports Shorts for this week. More Sports Shorts next week. And this week the weather's presented by
Olinda Primary School! Thursday in Yarra, 30 degrees. On Friday in Yarra, top of 15 degrees. On Saturday the Yarra Glen, top of 18 degrees. On Sunday in Larga, top of 14 degrees. Yay!
Hi, I'm Olinda Primary School's teaching principal. My name is Cornelia Sheeran, and at our school we have large facilities. We've got music room, drama room, art room, a purpose-built commercial kitchen, and so much more. We've got 3 classrooms that we use, as well as a library. The children have individual learning plans, which means that all their learning is targeted to them. It's way different because this is a real family school. That's what makes it so special. The children are part of a large family. It's a community. A thing that's really special about Olinda is the fact that the children get to choose their own inquiry. They come up with things that they wonder about, what they worry about. Then as teaching staff, we put it all together, make a package, and then we make it happen for the kids. You can contact us via the website or phone 9751 1181. We'd love to hear from you if you're looking for a small, inclusive, family-like school for your child.
Olinda Primary School!
In In the past, tree inspections in the Yarra Ranges Council have been time-consuming and costly, but now Yarra Ranges Council have gone high-tech. To find out more, we're having a chat to Paul Mecklin, who's the coordinator of the tree management team.
Here at Yarra Ranges, we're lucky to have some of the largest trees in the whole of Australia. We've got a large number of them too. We actually got the highest tree density canopy in the whole of Victoria in any local government, and we're only second to Cairns in the whole of Australia. That's a lot of trees to manage. My team and I, are responsible for managing the trees, and we get up to 6,000 requests to inspect the trees each year. For the most part, we inspect those trees from the ground. A qualified arborist will look and use binoculars. But sometimes with our very large trees that are over 50 metres tall, we need to get a bit more information. What we used to do with that is get in a climber or get in an elevated work platform, a tower, so we could have a look at the trees, get close to it. That's good, but it is very expensive. Obviously with a climber, you have to spend a few hours setting it up, and it can be difficult, and if a tree has got faults, potentially could be dangerous. Likewise, with the tower, it's fantastic, but you might need traffic control, you might need a lot of staff there, and that's an inconvenience to our residents. In the past, it was difficult to use a drone. There was certain rules that we had at council which made it very difficult, and there was privacy issues, and drones were expensive. That's recently changed. Now we have the same rules for council as we do for the general public. We're allowed to use it in the public space, and the cost came down. Our drone cost $2,600, and we use it everywhere as required, but at least once a month. The drone is fantastic. What it does for us is that it can go up to the trees, it can show us live on the machine, it can take photos, and it can take videos. It is really good, so we are able to see a lot more obviously than just looking through binoculars. We don't need it all the time, but when we do use it, it gives us this great information. Just to give you an example, a lot of trees, they might look perfectly healthy from the ground, but sometimes you'll get up with the drone, you'll have a good look, and you'll notice that there's been some cockatoo damage on the top of the branches. There's no way you could see that from the ground. So it is wonderful to be able to get all that information, cheap cost and no inconvenience. Obviously, some residents do have concerns about privacy. They think that we could be looking at them, we could be spying on them. So when we do some of these inspections, we do knock on every door, let people know what we're doing, and we just have it all set up. You can see here how we have witches' hats out. We make sure that there's nobody in the area, and it is very, very safe, and we've had no concerns from residents at all. It is a great bit of technology, it's saving council money, and it's providing better information.
Hi, my name's Greg. I'm from the Yarra Valley Bee Group. Well, here we are at our exhibition hive at ECOS, where we meet once a month. Now keep this date in mind, the last Sunday of the month, 1 o'clock at ECOS down in the coop, that's where we meet. So if you want to know what the buzz is about bees, come and join us, come and find out what a wonderful place this is. We are a great cooperative bunch of people, and we're only too happy to help any beekeeper or anyone that wants to know, should I keep bees and how do I go about it? As I said, we support all types of beekeeping, from the unusual to the standard to the maybe not so standard and a little bit different. But we are an encouraging, supportive, happy group. No politics too, that's a good one. Do come and join us, we'd love to see you. And at our monthly meetings, we'll have various topics covering, first of all, how to look after bees and the danger signs to look for, and what the positives are when you're looking after bees. Because as you probably know, the situation for bees worldwide is not really good. In Australia, we're not as bad as overseas, but we still have some problems that we do need to support bees and other pollinators, not just the bees, but other pollinators as well. Now, if you want to find out more, you can check out our Facebook page, Yarra Valley Bee Group, and we do have a website. Look us up, have a find out what's going on, have a look at some of our great videos and pictures, all sorts of information that we gather from all over the world for the benefit of the bees. As I said before, what's the buzz about bees? Do come and listen to the lovely buzzing bees.
Oh, beautiful peeps of the Yarra Valley and the Ranges. Yes, Yarra Ranges Life TV is what you're watching. Hey, we're back after we just had a fantastic week off. Oh, it was a week off for some, not for all, unfortunately. Somebody still had to do some work. Hey, we're at ECOS today and we're live just to have a quick chat to Phoebe about this wonderful event that's coming to the township of Warburton, and it's the River of Light Winter Festival in Warburton. You may have seen a live cross that we did from Belgrave's Lantern Parade. That was about a month or so ago. I think it's had over 9,000 views on Facebook. That was fantastic. And Warburton have got a fantastic community event along a similar vibe coming in a couple of weeks' time. Of course, Yarra Ranges Live TV, we wouldn't be live, loud and proud if it wasn't for our sponsors. We have to acknowledge, of course, Methven, the professionals, with offices in Lilydale, Mooralbark, Mount Evelyn and Croydon. If you're buying, selling or renting, be sure to use a professional. Our good friends at the Mount Dandenong Hotel, and of course, don't forget, we'll be coming live from the Mount Dandenong Hotel tonight at about 8:30, bringing some more great live music from their jam night. And in July, we're also giving some love to Silvan Primary School, a little school doing big things, so please discover the difference at Silvan Primary School. Now, Mitch, would you believe there's been lantern making workshops that have been taking place for the last few weeks, all in preparation for this wonderful event that's happening? Today's the last day. It finishes at 2 o'clock. There's been heaps of lanterns made already by the team here and the volunteers and the kids, of course. And we're going to go inside and have a quick chat to Phoebe and find out a little bit more about this wonderful event. Come on in, mate. And of course, we're at ECOS. This is the Coop. ECOS, if you're not unfamiliar with ECOS, it's like a community hub of sustainability and environmental learning and education. Oh, look, here we go. Hello, Phoebe.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you.
We're, of course, live on Yarra Ranges Live TV. We're having a chat about, of course, the Warburton Winter Festival, the River of Light.
Yes, we are, and it's actually really exciting. It's a fantastic project. You've come down at the end of our last lantern making project, but you made it. I'm so glad you did. Yeah, it's really great. So we basically have, we've had 3 lantern making workshops. We've had about 30 children in each one.
Fantastic.
And they've made, I mean, nearly nigh on 100 lanterns now.
Wow.
So hopefully there'll be lots of kids with lanterns at the workshop, which is very exciting.
Fantastic.
And the festival is going to be on Saturday 29th of July, and we're all going to be meeting in the car park at the Arts Centre in Warburton. And at 4:30 p.m. there's going to be a singing workshop with the wonderful Santa Press, a local identity. And then at 5 p.m. we're going to be getting ready to go on the lantern walk, and we're going to be weaving along the Yarra River.
Beautiful.
And there's going to be beautiful lanterns set up all the way along and lights. It's going to be, there's some surprises along the way. And then coming back, we'll do all the way along the Yarra over a bridge and then turn around and come back again, and we'll end up back at the Arts Centre where we'll have a huge community feast made from organic produce from local organic farmers.
Fantastic.
Who are involved in the summer produce market, and we're going to be getting their produce and make a big feast. And we're going to have local bands playing. We've got Yule and we have the Anecdote.
Yes.
And
of course,
some
we
surprises.
know the Anecdote.
We all know the Anecdote. And it's going to be a great evening, and it's all about activating the community spaces and getting everyone together to celebrate winter and come together.
And it sounds like it's going to be, from a visual point of view, it's going to look fantastic. All these lanterns along the Yarra River in Warburton. Of course, all the walkers with their lanterns making their way along the riverbanks.
It'll be a visual spectacular, I hope.
Yeah, and then of course coming back for a wonderful community feast as well.
Yes.
So it'll be a feast for the palate as well as the eyes as well, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Look, I'm so excited about what you guys have organised. Now, tell us a little bit about the organising committee.
Well, it's actually been Sam and I and a group of local people who have really been wanting to see Winter Festival happen again. It happened. Warburton had a history of having winter festivals up until a few years ago, and so we wanted to reinstate it. We're new to the community and we really want to contribute. So my family and I have been really working with the ECOS committee to get some grants, and we were lucky enough to get a grant from Yarra Ranges Council to contribute to the lantern making. So that meant that everyone in the community was able to come, and for only $5 were able to make a lantern. So that kids and adults can come on the lantern walk together. And we're actually really encouraging kids to bring their grandparents. We really want to get all members of the community, and kids and grandparents doing things together is really important.
Yeah, and it really is for all ages.
Yes, it is. An all ages lantern walk. And we were also lucky enough to get an amazing grant from the Bendigo Community Bank, and they have funded the entire winter festival itself.
Oh, fantastic.
So the land making workshops were funded by council, and the actual festival was funded by Bendigo Bank. So we couldn't have done it otherwise. We had the idea and we were lucky enough to get the grants.
And was there a particular branch?
It was the Warburton Yarra Junction Community Branch.
There you go. So kudos to Bendigo Bank and Warburton for coming on board.
We're very lucky. Couldn't have happened otherwise.
Fantastic. And so many community groups and organisations I know are funded and supported by Bendigo Bank. At Bendigo Bank, they chip in left, right and centre, and look, if they can share the love with Yarra Rangers Live TV as well, that'd be fantastic too.
Why not?
Yeah.
Put in the grant. It's so exciting. We were amazed when we went to the award ceremony, when we received it, just how many community groups they fund. We were totally blown away and instantly changed all our banking over to them.
Fantastic.
So why not support someone who supports the community?
That's it. No, that's why we bank with the Bendigo Community Bank as well. But look, having said that, it's all about, of course, the River of Light Festival.
Yes.
Now, for those that haven't made lanterns,
well, unfortunately, all the lantern making workshops are finished. You'll see in the background, there's just the final touches being put on.
There's a few drying there still.
Lanterns.
And,
However, we have made a few. I think we've got 20 extra lanterns that will be available in case you want to come along and grab a lantern and join in the walk, even though you missed out on the workshops.
Wonderful. Yeah. So you're catering for everyone, and of course people can purchase those lanterns on the night if they don't have their own lantern. I'm guessing they can bring lanterns from home as well if they've got them.
Yes, go ahead, bring lanterns yourself. We have a really high commitment to sustainability, so we've made an effort to keep plastic to an absolute minimum, and we're making an effort to recycle everything. So we'd like to invite people, if they do bring their own lanterns, please make sure that they are of high environmental and ethical standards, because that's the standards we have.
Yeah, it's all about sustainability. It's all about looking after our environment. We're going to bring this live cross to a close from ECOS here in Wesburn, a wonderful community hub for sustainability and the rest. Look, Phoebe, thank you so much for talking to us on Yarra Rangers Live TV. We're going to speak to you on Thursday when we're going to put together a little promo for you guys.
Yes.
And can't wait for the night. It's going to be fantastic.
I know, it's going to be so great.
Just quickly, are you going to sing as well?
We might be doing a song or two.
For those of you that don't know, Phoebe has got a magical voice. We were lucky enough to hear you sing at the Anecdotes CD launch at, of course, the Upper Yarra Arts Centre that we attended. We did a live cross from there. Of course, the Little Giants played there as well.
Yeah.
We were blown away by your talent and skills. And, of course, here you are contributing to the community as well. It's wonderful to see. So we need more people like yourself volunteering and putting back into the community. So thank you for your efforts.
Thanks, Patrick.
And thanks for putting this wonderful event together for the Warburton community.
Well, thank you. Thanks for helping us get the word out there, and I hope the community comes along.
Yeah, I hope it'll be a great night, well attended. So if you've got no plans on the 29th of July,
yes, Saturday 29th.
At 4:30, gather in Warburton as the Lantern Parade will begin and make its way along the banks of the Yarra River, of course. Because you're watching Yarra Rangers Live TV, we're live, we're loud, we're proud. From ECOS, thanks to Methven the professionals, the Dandenong Hotel, and of course we're giving some love to Silvan Primary School.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for watching, because we're living, we're loving, and we're sharing life with the Yarra Rangers on Yarra Rangers Live TV. Cheers. And that's the end of the midweek wrap for another week. Big thank you to everyone involved in the production as always. Production assistant extraordinaire Mitch, Hatten, Loretta deVaus and Jim Brown. I love your work with the news reports there, guys. Thank you very much for watching, for liking and for sharing. We're about to hit 1,500 likes on Facebook, and that's all because you guys are liking and loving what we're doing out there. So stay tuned. We'll be back with another midweek wrap next week. Cheers.